So tell me about your reflections on the very first PhD program in African American preaching.
Well, besides being jealous that I'm not a part of it, I mean, if ever there's a such thing as holy hateration, I am hating on Gina Stewart, Howard John Wesley, that whole crew. I look at them now and I'm like, yeah. But let me just say this. It is so vital. I have to say, it's so overdue. I'm glad that God put it on your heart to do it. It's something that should have been done, excuse me, a long time ago. I mean, it excites me that someone is going to have the opportunity to spend an in-depth amount of time studying, you know, all of those greats who just, I mean, I heard about this from Michael Eric Dyson that Martin Luther King Jr., of course, is, you know, known as the dreamer. But the irony is that Martin Luther King Jr., you know, kind of, I don't want to say stole it, but in hip hop language, he ripped it, Doc, from a sister, you know, one of the great preachers of all time, and, you know, heard her pray it and said, okay, and then he goes to DC and he's the dreamer. Right. But, you know, let's go back to that sister. You know, that Prathia Hall Wynn, who is absolutely a genius of a preacher, and now through this PhD program, the Prathias, the Gardners, the William Augustus Joneses, the Sandy Rays, and so many who are worthy of study, you know, I mean, to actually do that in a scholarly fashion now, and again, I don't care what anyone says, there's an artistry to black preaching that a lot of people want. And I'll say this and I'll wrap it. And that is, I'm always offended, and I was offended going through seminary to take courses and not one black preacher is referenced, either through bibliography or during the course of the semester. And here's the thing, I'm going to Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary, Theological Seminary in Fort Worth, Southern Baptist School, and my professors who had heard me preach, you know, and were very liberal with their compliments about my preaching, and yet their bibliography ignored any contribution that we've made to preaching. But they would, I mean, I went straight A's in all their courses. But again, nothing about what we did. As a matter of fact, one time I preached and the professor said to all of the students, now that's preaching right there. And I felt the compliment, but at the same time, I felt the painful irony. You just complimented me, but my tradition is not represented in what you're teaching. There's nothing I can see. So the program, the PhD program, I see as we move into the mid part of the 21st century and beyond, this program literally making up for that absence in that we've been complimented, we've been admired, but we have not been given the proper scholarly credit that we should have been given. And since they want to preach like us, well, bam, here it is.